You probably shouldn't do crypto in 2025. What? I read this interesting article that we're going to go through here today from Kate XBT. I'm going to tell you flat out, I disagree with that idea to just let's not do crypto. But we're going to go through, friends, there's some pitfalls, there's some explanations. You're actually going to feel better as well. Not just because I got lollipops here, lollipops and pokeballs and friendship, but you're going to feel better because you've been watching my videos on my channel, highest value content in crypto. You're going to do laps around these people. Let's pump it. So check out this BitBoy picture first of all. You probably shouldn't do crypto in 2025. So Kate starts off by saying it's 2025. Crypto is extremely mainstream and everyone is trying to distract you. And yet you are here and they're trying to extract from you. Also interesting. Yes, it's true. The president has not one, but 2 coins. Others are following in his footsteps in one way or another. Somebody onboarded you and gave you a list of accounts to follow on crypto Twitter, and they think that that's a good starting point. Now what? Interesting, yeah? Let's continue, friends. So if you're new, don't buy things you see on crypto Twitter right away. Alpha is long gone since 2020. So look, remember the economist's joke. You're like, don't become too despondent. But yes, it's true. Most new coins you see, if it's just a ticker and a logo, you got no edge. You're hearing it, it's basically your last to hear about it. That's why seeing a ticker, it means nothing. Like if you're just going to trade something off a name and a logo, you may as well leverage trade. At least you know the coin's not going to get rugged most of the times, and you at least have data points. You can get an idea of volatility. It's accepted on exchanges. You at least, you have the opportunity if you want to. But simply just buying a coin from Twitter, look, we've had 31 months of bad PMI. You're probably going to find that we're going to have a double bubble alt season, or at least one big alt season where buying things does work. It's just that you want to wait for it. That's the most important part. It's not now. I like this part here. First things first, there is no safe space for tickers being shielded on Twitter. You are getting extracted if you don't have informational edge. And this edge can't be found on Twitter in public plain sight like it could pre-2020, and almost never from bigger accounts. So it is true. We're hearing about any ticker. Well, you won't know any more information than the average person, right? You won't know anymore. You don't have information asymmetry just by learning the ticker. So just learning about a coin's existence is not enough now because there's too many. There's an abundance of everything out here, right? There just isn't much alpha in accounts, say over 800 to 1,300 followers. Even that's probably too much. Even when it comes to tickers or trades that are memes, esoteric, proof of work garbage, or creator coins, friend tech, keys, tribes, what have you. So pretty much, friends, if you're looking for edge on Twitter, super rare. It's not worth it. It's so random. The people who win, they fluke it because they think that they're like God's gift to like markets now, and they don't know why they did well in the first place. And it becomes tougher. Right? Business cycles down, the edge and the odds are low of winning. Also says, you should not glorify absolutely anyone on this application, so Twitter, with any obscene financial claims, pretending to be based not because the claims may not be true, oftentimes they aren't, but simply because these things can change very quickly. They might be writing about their successes before they gambled on the next thing. Reconsider a trade, start chasing, losing, and then really getting into a bad situation by ending up owing tax money to loan sharks for one more trade. So that is also common. So pretty much saying, just be careful about who you idolize and everything out here. You already know this stuff. It even says, look at this, some people even sell their accounts flat out, right? Crypto Doge, that must be an example. I don't know what the name is because why wouldn't they? So yeah, people do sell their accounts. Some, the smart ones, just post on an alternative account and keep using the main one for shilling whatever they're getting paid. This is normal behavior. You never know who or why he's trying to sell you something. So that's a lot of people, they do. Like Crypto Crapo, for example, gets paid by the Polkadot Foundation to shield Polkadot, but doesn't even shill it. He shills it once a month. He doesn't even shill it. He literally just draws a squiggly line on it going up. He posts about it, just to give you an example. More information. You should be wary of why people are shilling something and how they're getting paid for it. So absolutely. Here's the thing though, friends. I know, Kate, it's very nihilistic, this approach. Oh, everything's out to get you. It's true, bro. Of course. Yeah, we get it. We get it. Everything's true. However, I've given you an archetype. Memes, cult religions. We have that, number one. Number two, business cycles down, waiting for it to go up. Okay. Number three, you got to believe in something. I have a thesis. Like, obviously, the easiest one, the best example you can talk about is pulse chain PDI, right? And just pulse chain ecosystem as itself, freedom of speech, freedom of movement. You don't have to like Richard Hart, doesn't matter. The talking points are great. The marketing and branding is great. It's pretty much ready to latch on to everybody else. But you need to believe, right? You need the business cycle to turn up. And yes, you should always be thinking about how is somebody getting paid? Because here's the thing, friends. My assumption is everyone's getting paid for everything. Now, I know I like many things. I don't get paid for them. I still like them. Here's the thing, though. It doesn't matter, friends. Whether someone's getting paid for something or not, it does not matter. You have to make your decision. What are the network effects like? Do you think the price is cheap? If you make your decision based off those informational pieces, you just assume everybody's getting paid, then you can come to the better conclusion. Because guess what? We've seen, friends, many times. We've seen people not get paid for something and they go to the moon. Bitcoin, okay? Ethereum had no problems going to the moon. Doge, no one got paid, went to the moon. Okay, many examples, right? But also we've seen situations where people got paid and maybe look, not just this BitConnect example. You can go that route. But pretty much everything as well, friends. There's always insiders and people getting paid everywhere. Like, friends, Bitcoin miners are getting paid the inflation. They have every incentive to tell you it's going to 13 million so they can dump their inflation on you. See what I mean? Everybody's getting paid somewhere. It's not about that. Someone always bought lower than you, earlier than you. Someone's got a bigger percentage of supply than you. You have to just accept this. But remember, if we're all part of the business cycle, you can increase your odds just by participating and being long for it. She also gives this example. Group chats of your favorite high-profile Twitter legends where they are working constantly how to sell something to you at a higher price because they got in early stage. We all know this, right? They get OTCs from teams at low prices. We saw this with Ethereum Layer 2 stuff. And then she goes, or even more dark and bad scenarios. The same crypto Twitter legends simply have decided to have fun and organize how to extract from us, you and me, for low micro cap shitter, utility plays, the first X on Y chain, some stupid thing as a fun sport to see how much fun they can get from extracting plebs. Okay. So we're very aware of that. There's OTC deals and everything out here. You know, a lot of this stuff, friends, yeah, it happens on Ethereum, but most of this stuff is Ethereum. Solana stuff. Most of these things is, but not because Solana's bad. It's just, JPEG Casino, Supercycle, and all these other things that occurred on it. Because that's where all the cucks are. All the cucks who drink sewer water and literally just straight cucks, pencil neck, noodle arm, got the face eye tattoo, paint and fingernail weirdos. Those people, most of them on Solana. And all the grifters and the thieves are on there. Now, if it was anywhere else, they'd be on Ethereum too. It's just that, yeah, they are on Solana. A lot of this stuff is like, I'm not saying other places are safe, of course not. But that's a lot of these people there. Because it's losers chasing loser KOLs. The KOLs, they're snake oil salesmen. They know how to speak to them. They go, oh, you want a shiny Rolex watch? Oh, you want to make it? Oh, this is like, they know what to flash in front of their eyes. That's why the LA Vape Cabal does so well. It's not just like the LA Vape Cabal being scum. It's that their audience is scum, just like the LA Vape Cabal and the prostitute cabal. So, like trash attracts trash, friends. Like poop, like flies, they fly around poop. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Found this part interesting. Starting out, I often lost money by following people who genuinely are good and do sort of mean well, but I ended up being exit liquidity simply because I was lower in the food chain and of course someone dumped on me. Now, look, here's the thing. In a business cycle below 50, everything good, bad, ugly, legit, unlegit, they're all dumping, man. We all got dumped because the liquidity is thin. The liquidity is very, very thin and there's not enough demand coming in. This is the risk you take, man. In another world, the business PMI is at 58 right now by this part of the cycle. And if you sold early, guess what? Well, we're peaking out the euphoria cycle right now. That's what happened in the past 3 cycles. So you just have to learn to live with it. It could be the person who shilled it. Team had an allocation, market maker, market conditions, macro. It could be anyone except for me. I have no edge and only through continuous financial losses do I realize that? Well, Vince, your edge, look, we all want to win. You win the most amount of money. You win the highest win rate. Long-term spot altcoin holding. But what does long-term mean? Long. How long is a piece of string? You got to wait for the business cycle to go up. You know, that's it. I wish it was up earlier, but that's it. And just as a final summary for this part, again, underlining this again, you are not going to make any amounts of money by only relying on Twitter alpha accounts, even the good ones, by telling you what to trade and how to trade it. You are the lowest link in the food chain with how crypto works. Odds are you going to stand to lose the most and be exit liquidity, because these Ponzi's are all very illiquid, but there is a spectrum of how egregious this can get. So you notice there's a theme. They're always trading. They're trading in and out. So this is like I told you, folks. They latch onto, they don't believe in any narrative. They just believe, oh, what's the season of today? Oh, we're trading narratives because crypto bands are covered like, you know, AI agents. Okay, let's trade the AI agents. And then that's done in 3 days. Oh, now we're in dog coins on Pui Network. Let's trade Pui Network dog coins. Oh no, now we're in banana themed coins on Craptos Network. So these people don't believe in anything because they're chasing the narratives. Okay, the narrative is a product simultaneously of the price. So when the price is done, like, you know, 3 big daily candles, there's a narrative going around on the day for it. So people are buying in before the narrative appears. And that's another fancy way of just saying buy low, sell high. And now there's another little cute section here. What about airdrop farming? Airdrop farming is, although definitely mainstream and dying, both because of accounts popularizing them and teams being predatory, airdrop farming is the cleanest form of KOLing, key opinion leadering. You're not really hard shilling anything since most projects are VC funded and someone other than me did due diligence on the team. Okay, so what she's saying is, Kate's saying, if you're following someone for airdrop farming, it's like clean, but friends, that's a load of shit. It's inefficient, bro. Who cares if it's clean or not? Or it's so inefficient. You're relying on a handout from these teams, layer 2s, who have no bid for their token anyway. And friends, I'm not making this up. Each layer 2 chain, each of these airdrop things have 37,000 Indian dudes farming them. And they're all putting the minimum amount of money, like, you know, 20 cents, $1 an account to try and farm the airdrop. It's spammed. It's saturated. It's all filth. It's rubbish. Most of it's rubbish. Yeah, there's going to be a few successful ones. You know, man, if you go to DeFi Llama, I'm just going to show you, man. Like, I'll show you this. There's a section on DeFi Llama called Airdrops. Look at all the projects, tokenless protocols that may airdrop. Are you ready? Are you ready? I'm going to keep going. Still 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 going. 1,500. Bro, get out of here. Good luck, man. Good luck. Which one of them are going to give you money? Good luck. I'm just saying good freaking luck. So, you know, people try to look at the TVL and try to make educated guesses. But then once again, you're spending too much time worrying about filthy people, filthy trash protocols you've never heard of, with filthy freaking disgusting paper hand jeets who are saturating and destroying everything. And there's no value, dude. There's no value. It's literally just a sewer line. So who cares if airdrops are pure? They're garbage. They're filth. Avoid. So yeah, Kate's saying, look, mind you, this is not exclusive to crypto Twitter. Dig into the history of the Chinese stock markets over the past decade, and some of you will find phrases such as cutting leaks, which is a pump and dump basically with micro caps that are listed officially, and people using other people as exit liquidity. It just happens 10 times faster in crypto because of how easy and permissionless it is to obtain such info in asymmetry and in different, more often times with creative vectors. But it's always people who are in benefit of the informational asymmetry taking excessive profits off the backs of those who are not. So it just sounds, Katie, sounds a bit like you're crying in the casino. You know, like, oh, you thought it was free money? Guess what? The rest of us did too. And by the way, there's good projects out there. The business cycle is khara. The business cycle's down. There's literally nothing you can do. It's kind of like you're the world's best concreter. Okay, it's raining outside. There's nothing you can do, dude. You just have to wait. You can even hear it in her voice. It is how it is. It pains me to think of all the money I lost until I found this out myself. But it's a sport I decided to take up. No one asked me to. So it is what it is. Good girl. Good girl. She also mentioned Kato. I don't even know what they did. Kato is there to pay you to shill, but in a creative and engaging way using it. So I think Kato, what do? They basically probably let you monetize your audience, and then I think you get a token out of it, and then your audience can trade with each other. I think that might be it. I think so. Not 100% sure. Every evolution of a community comes for a reason, and there's a consequence of a multitude of factors. If it weren't for Kaito in 2025, it'd be someone else in 2026 or 2027. If it weren't Trump launching a meme coin, it would be someone else after him. You oftentimes don't get what you want, but you get what you deserve, and crypto Twitter is no exception. So then she says, who are you up against? It's very hard to try and get anywhere while competing with people who have almost a decade's worth of networking when the name of the game is to package vapor in a variety of forms. They're just really volatile, man. It is what it is. It's always been there. VC max extractors. Look at this. You're competing with recipients of insane airdrops that might never repeat again, and they have infinitely more bankroll than you do. So look at these groups. Ansem's buddies, Ansoy, Kobe's friends, his former friends, Arthur, who runs Slops on Plebs, that's Arthur Gaze, Kate's Happy Airdrops private group, garbage teams who are on but well connected and can spin the same Ponzi 4 times in 4 years and still get away with it. VC max extractors, teams with short claims for airdrops, former criminals who used to serve prison time. Everybody's out here. Yeah, that's true. Everyone's out here. So what do we do, man? I'm not leaving the game. So look, friends, here's the thing, man. When the business cycle's up, there's demand for everything because people have FOMO. Business cycle's down. See? So she's doing backwards. Basically, is what it is. She tried to play the narrative game and to trade, even though I've told Katie 15,000 times, long-term holding, don't try this junk. Now, here's the thing. Fair enough, everybody's wrecked. Yeah, everybody's hurting. But I'm a believer, okay? I have comfortably good size in the positions of coins that I like. I'm very comfortable with them and I like them. And if they go up a shitty little 2 or 3x, I ain't jeeting because I know the potential on them. You see, I have that advantage. And I don't sleep. See, here's the thing, friends. If your bags, okay, you know which ones I'm talking about, all of them. If they go up a 3x from here and then it pulls back 30%, are you going to cry? No, yeah. Because you're convicted, dude. Because you're convicted. Like, you know, Metcalfe's Law, 100 billion valuation, whatever coin it is, Pulse Chain, any of these other ones you're holding, BNB. Like, you're not scared of a 30 or 50 or 60% pullback because we have information asymmetry now. Highest value content in crypto. When you are a jeet, though, it kills you. If you put 5 grand in, now it's 10 and it pulls back to 6. You're like, oh crap, should I take my $1,000 and jeet? Because they do jeet out. And then they go, oh, the narrative. You don't win like that. You never retire. They probably heard a few stories of some people trading their way through. Yeah, but that'll happen. You just got to wait for the business cycle. So I shouldn't play. What should I do? Crypto, Twitter, or not? And then she said, I still believe in 2025, it's been more forgiving and easier to start off, even if it's more mainstream. But you have to be very smart. You have to read more. You have to buy less, trade less, read more, make mental notes of who shielded you. This is almost impossible. And it really does read like a wish list. So she just says less is more. Then you have everyone out here talking about it. It's good to read. The amount of alpha you get from crypto Twitter is getting lower. Yeah, it is true. It's interesting to see everyone's comments and stuff out here. Bang a hook. Who will really ever disclose anything? What's the point? Here's the thing, man. When our bags pump, friends, not if, when they pump, people might parade me across these YouTube channels. And Katie Boo, and other people are going to watch, and they're going to say, oh, I've got to be like Somi. I'll be saying, dude, dudette, have you seen the calendar? Being like Somi means buying in the depression, holding through the bear market. Not letting yourself go through these vices of tradings and narratives and trying to outdo all these other scamming grifter scum. Because they don't exist in my world, man. Like, who are you? You're just a fart in the wind like everything else. Like, just why are you even venturing to LA Vape stuff? Why are you on their Twitch? Why do you even know the names of these Twitch streamer dudes with spaghetti hair and these other weird fetishes? Why do you know them? Why do you even know the sound of their voice? You should not know them. It means you're spending way too much time. So basically, you found the way to bring TikTok brain rot generation into crypto. And you just watch LA Vape Cabal and just other scum. Because you believe for nothing. You stand for nothing. By the way, I don't want you to hold bags that I'm holding because I know you're a shitty little G. You'll exit on a 2x anyway. So good. So you see, friends, but they're not going to listen to your friend Tommy. Why? Why right now? Because the bags haven't pumped yet. You see? They'll only listen after it's up. They're like, oh, I've got to be like this guy. I've got to like hold. And I'm like, no, idiot. Buy in the depression, not hold forever at all costs, but they'll only be listening when it's euphoria time. And so begins a cycle again. So you get to see it, friends. I had a bit of, a bit of lessons in there. Yes, everyone's out here trying to take your money. It's like the edge of trading gets thinner and thinner. That's why you got to believe in something. If it doesn't work out, okay, whatever. You took a chance. That's how I see it. Like, subscribe, belly button, or catch you in the next one.